All right, so I got something in the mail today and I've been putting this off for way too long. So yeah, I got this from the boys over at VAC Motorsports, VAC Motorsports, so shout out to them. Pretty local to here, they're over in Philly, and then the other part of it's from Amazon, so let me get this thing opened up and I'll show you what I got. First part of it. And that's what we're really here for. So yeah, this is a fire extinguisher mount for E36, and I think they fit E46 too. It's pretty clean. It just goes right in the passenger side footwell, bolts to the seat bolts. So I'm gonna start driving the car a lot more in the coming weeks. It's getting nice out, and I just reinsured it and re-registered it. Off the bat, I had problems with fuel leaks in this car. The car is 30 years old. If you're driving a car this old, or if you're driving like any car that you really care about, it's always a good idea to keep an extinguisher in the car. If you're gonna take it to a track, they're pretty much gonna require you to have an extinguisher in your car, so you might as well just put one in there. Crashing a car sucks, but I think even worse would probably be watching it burn down on the side of the road and you don't have any, and you can't do anything about it. So yeah, we're gonna get that done today. You can do a deep dive in on what extinguishers are the best, like ABC or A or B or C or whatever. I just got a 2.5 pound ABC fire extinguisher off of Amazon. I'll link it below. It's way cheaper to buy an extinguisher off Amazon rather than like a speed shop. It's just how it works. I think I paid like 50 bucks for the extinguisher, and then the bracket was like 60 bucks. So all in together, like with shipping, I think I'm at like 140 bucks or something for just peace of mind. I don't really want to see my car burn down. And like I said, with the history of the fuel leaks, car's old, it probably has questionable wiring in it. We're just gonna hopefully eliminate that risk by putting the extinguisher in the car. So this is everything that comes in the box with it when you order it from VAC. They have some directions, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You get the bracket and holes in it to mount your extinguisher. There's gonna be holes in that too. And it comes with mounting hardware for the actual extinguisher bracket. So that's cool. And then like I said, the extinguisher I got on Amazon, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty universal mount. I know a lot of racetracks want a metal mount for the back of the bottle itself. So this one will work good. So this install seems pretty straightforward. We're just gonna get to it, pull those 2 bolts out, and thread this thing in. Seat rails, I don't know, pretty old. I don't know if all cars are gonna have these. Should be a little cap on these. That'll expose your bolt. Let's get a little screwdriver and pop those off. So now they're all off. Just gonna loosen those up and throw the bracket in. Just gonna pop these 2 16s out for the front seat rail. So now the front of the seat is loose. The bracket just slides in and sandwiches in these studs and nut. I'm gonna take the supplied bracket off the extinguisher first. It's gonna be way easier to put these little tiny bolts in. I'm just gonna line it up with some holes that match up. I'm gonna throw these in because these would just be a pain to get to in the car. Now we're just gonna tighten them down. All right, that's your finished product. So we have the plate all installed. I mounted it this way because I thought the nozzle from the extinguisher might get caught on the trans tunnel. So I mounted it where the nozzle on the extinguisher will be facing towards the passenger door. So we'll try that out. If it doesn't work out, I can just always switch it over. All right, so I got the thing all in there. I'm not really loving how little stud I have left. The directions clearly say to mount it between the chassis and the seat rail. That's how I have it, and there's not many threads left. I actually had to lose the washer on this side, so maybe when I get my buckets and floor mounts and all, it'll be a better fit. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. It's in there tight. Seat doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So yeah, we'll throw the bottle in there and clean this stuff out of the footwell. I guess you do have to mount the bottle a certain way. It doesn't really fit. I guess it does. I might spin it around, but I'll leave it in like that for video purposes. So yeah, obviously a big part of having an extinguisher in your car is making sure you can reach it. So that's no problem. I can reach it and pull it out from the driver's seat. So all good on that. And clean this out. Shoot some B-roll clips of it for the intro. And this car, I would say, is ready to be driven on the street. So yeah, fire extinguisher's all in with the VAC bracket. Like I said, I'm not really sure why they didn't really leave enough threads on the stud. So the bracket seems like too thick or it needs to be bent up to match the contour of the floor a little bit, but it'll do. It'll be absolutely fine. I'm just nitpicking. I think I might switch the bottle around the other way. That can all be done later. I just really wanted to get this in here before I started driving it. So yeah, overall, like I'm pretty pleased with the piece that I got from VAC Motorsports. The laser etching is like a super cool detail on it. It's like go into a quick little rant, but like I said in the beginning, if you're driving an old car like this, just do the right thing and put a fire extinguisher in it. Just make sure the car's safe before you're driving it. I think it's funny, like you go on TikTok and all and Instagram and like you see all these kids talking about fast cars and they're talking about like 200 treadwear tires and, you know, roll cages and all, but like you can do all that and then your car can just burn down on the side of the road. So it's a little bit silly to do all that. So yeah, just wanted to make a video, get a video out for you guys. Ordered that bracket from VAC Motorsports or VAC Motorsports in Philly. I'll link them below too, along with the link for the actual fire extinguisher itself. Next week, it's supposed to be super warm out, so I'll start driving this car. I'll make like a short little video before I start driving it of like all the stuff I'm gonna do to it real quick. I figured something out with the windows. I'll show that in the next video. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a sub. A lot more E36 videos coming up. Gonna be driving it a lot more. So that means stuff's gonna be breaking. We'll making a lot of videos on it, fixing it. Mason texted me today and said he ordered some stuff for the bike, so that's cool. Those videos will start rolling in again. My bad about a missed video on Tuesday. Once we hit 400 subscribers too, I'm gonna order up a wide lens for my camera. Kind of like made that my goal. So make sure you're hitting subscribe, make sure you're sharing the channel with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one.